Most people rush through cities. I built a place for the ones who don't.
Welcome. You must have had a long journey. Come in, there's no rush yet.
Of course, the inn didn't just appear from nowhere. It was also built with maximum care. I also want to thank you guys so much for being so kind, and you left a lot of nice comments on my latest video. And actually, a lot of you watched the video, which means a lot to me. You guys are amazing. And I am really happy that I could do something that actually entertained you and you like that. That's like the biggest compliment for me. So today, of course, as you can already tell, I'm building the inn. I already started to make it have a rough shape, but let me just give you a better perspective, and also I want to express why I want to build an inn and what is my main purpose with that. It feels like we are always moving towards something, the next task, the next goal, the next version of ourselves. And somewhere along the way, we forget to notice where we are. Rushing doesn't always mean moving fast. Sometimes it just means never stopping. The inn is the perfect place to just have a step back, look at yourself, think about a lot of things, and the place itself serves as the point of comfort. I think this shape could be the one. It looks a bit like the Grand Budapest Hotel, but I might try not to make it too obvious. I also want to introduce you to the gradients that I'm going to use. Well, for the base layer, I'm going to do this brownish gradient, which I think just looks pretty cool, especially with this one. So I'm going to use, for the base layer, which is like the red one, I'm going to use the brown one, and for the yellow area and the orange area, I'm going to use this cyan one. Of course, at first it might look a bit strange, and I know that you might think that these two colors don't really go with each other, but trust me, we can make everything go well with each other as long as we follow the pattern. And for the accent material, I am just going to use this white color. The only problem is that we don't have too much white wall blocks, but we work with what we have. Now I have to finish this inn/hotel.
It's easy to look at what others are building and feel like you are behind. But not everything is a race. Some things are meant to be built slowly, so you can enjoy every step. When you stop rushing, you start hearing yourself again. What you enjoy, what you need, what you're grateful for. I don't build to finish faster. I build to be present. Because every blocks are placed slowly. So it's a reminder that this moment matters too.
So far, so good. All the details are applied to the front face, and well, in case of this upper part, I think I'm a bit ahead of myself because I didn't mean to do it, but I wanted to see how it looks. So the main idea right here is, of course, to just have this base layer, which is going to be the bricks. And I use the walls to just make it a bit rounded, I guess. Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it. So this is how it looks. And texture-wise, I use this brownish gradient, which is, well, in my opinion, turned out perfectly well. So I just used, as I mentioned, the mushroom blocks, the packed mud, and the dirt. And just look at this thing. So as you can see, in most cases, and this is what I want you all to know and to remember, is that you always have to make the gradient make sense. So, of course, in the corners or underneath the roofs, you will have the walls a bit darker. Why? Because the sun doesn't shine there, I guess. So right here, as you can see, it's way more darker than in the bottom side. Why is that? Because of the shadows. It makes sense, right? It's something that makes the whole thing pop out, because, well, in this case, the windows are basically flat things in the wall. So this is how you should shadow if you want to. Well, I mean, of course, there are many talented people on YouTube as well, and you can also follow their lead, but I just like to do it like this. Well, I think the hardest part is always to just think about where you will have shadows or brighter spots, and of course to pick out the right gradient. Well, now in this case I don't really use the gradient that I've just picked here, but yeah, maybe I will because in some cases it looks pretty good. But I mean, you always have to bring out the best of even a 1x1 block.
Rest isn't something you earn, it's something you allow. And sometimes allowing yourself to rest is the most productive thing that you can do. So if you're watching this and feeling rushed, consider this as your permission to stop for a moment. You are always allowed to take your time.
Well, half of the building is done. I think I still need some refining touches for the whole thing, but in general I think it's not that bad, right? I mean, if you think that it has some misfunctions or places where it doesn't look that good, just let me know. I'm always happy to upgrade. I'm always happy to make things better. Oh, speaking of upgrades, I have managed to replace my train tracks. As you can see, compared to the previous train tracks, which was a chaos, now it's so much more organized and it just looks so amazing. I mean, it's just a pleasure to look at this thing compared to the one before. So this is so great, and I've already managed to get the overhead wires as well, but I think I have talked about it before. So this is how I ended up doing the texture. So you can see some dark shadows behind the window frames and next to the window frames under the signs, and some brighter accents where it's due. I also made some small decorations here and there, and well, honestly, I'm not gonna say that I'm lazy because of course I'm not, but I have made the same design all around the place. The reason of that is because, well, this is how it looks good, this is how it should happen. So I shall say this is the way, but of course it's going to be copy pasted in a better way after the interior is done as well. But now I want to do the facade, the front face of the building. This is going to be so amazing, and right now I don't want to do like a speed building because I just want to show you how things are done, because in my opinion, yeah, speed builds are nice and are all good, but it's also great to involve you guys in the process. Why? Because, well, I can talk about things without showing it. Well, does it make any sense? I don't think so. Maybe it's just my opinion. So let me see what we are working with. Of course, I'm gonna do the full facade, but it's going to be copy pasted anyway. The way to treat this middle section is going to be the following. I will make a big window here, but I am not sure how to do it just yet. I want to do a big highlight window. I am just not 100% about the shape because we have two options. Well, I can do option one, which is going to be like a circle, which looks okay-ish, I guess. Maybe like this, but then I think it will make it look like it's a cathedral, right? The cathedrals have these rose-shaped windows. So let me see if this works like that. I want to make this arch-shaped window. Oh gosh, I wish I had these pale oak trapdoors because then it will be so much better to decorate all these things. All right, let me stack these and see how it turns out. All right, so this is pretty basic at the moment, not gonna lie. Okay, I'm gonna make some decorations. So for example, we can always do the bottom layer, which is, I don't know, like the main window frame of the whole window frame. Something like this. It is important because, well, on this area you can place flower pots, flower beds, etc. And of course the base has to be the strongest all the time. Even if you are building just a house, the base have to be the #1 priority. Okay, let me see. I usually like to do these small shortened roofs. Why? Because, well, this is where it has to look good. All right, let me see if it works like that. I mean, it's not too bad, not too shabby. I want to give it a twist. What if I do it like this? Okay, it looks a bit more better. So as you can see, this is something that I like to do in these cases. Of course, if the buildings are over detailed like this, because these type of builds are usually a bit over detailed. Why? Because, well, back in the days when they built all these palaces and stuff, they always had a competition with someone and they just wanted to make the most over detailed, the best looking, the most extravagant builds. So that's what they did. And right now I just want to see if I can do something like this. Yeah, and so because of that, I like to add these overhanging or outhanging parts, like the top of the stair right here. But I could also do something like this, or maybe like that. So it will have some elevation. You see, it's also a pretty nice touch, and that's the same thing you can add here, or I could if there won't be any slabs. So far so good, right? Alright, now we have to make the roof facade area. Wow, this is going to be pretty interesting. I honestly don't really want to overdo it because I think there are already so many details on this build. Alright, now I just want to add some small details just to have a little bit of decoration. Not too shabby, not too much. Yeah, I think it sounds like a plan. It's alright. So before doing the corridor, I would also like to make the roof. And I'm going to use this pretty simple gradient. The tough brick and the mossy stone brick on top of the deep slate bricks. So honestly, I'm just going to do something that I call freestyling, and I'm just randomly placing the blocks because this will give you the most natural look. And that's pretty much about it. Well, in this case, I also like to sneak in some small details like adding tough blocks just to make it, you know, a bit more variety to the saturation. And of course, since mossy cobblestone also matches the tough bricks, you can add them. Don't worry about it. You just place them around here and there and you're good. You're more than good. You will impress your friends. You see, now it looks a bit better. And if you are here, you can also place down a couple of deep slates. Look. Oh, it's just amazing. Look at them. And honestly, adding these small windows is always a great idea. Why? Because, well, it's a pretty popular thing that happened for the Victorian style builds and almost every builds that look like this from the late 1800s and early 1900s. I think I'm gonna go with this for now. And now let's make the corridors. So this is my basic plan. This is what I want to go with. It's basically just a stair, trapdoor, a slab, and closed with a diorite. But of course, I will change the diorite because I don't want it to be that boring. But now this is what I want to work with. So this goes basically like this and like this. I'm gonna make it like so. So it will turn. You see it has like a bend, a 90-degree bend. And now we have the basic corridors. That's just perfect. So now I want to make the pillars. I just don't know how to do them. Maybe like this. I mean, this could work, of course. Like so. And what I really want to do is I want to have an arch. Let me see how they will turn out. Yeah, it could work. It could definitely work. Yeah, that's it. It's perfect. It looks amazing. Let me see the interior. As you walk in, you just bump into the reception, which is, I think, pretty well done. The only modded block that I've used is this bell. But other than that, everything is just vanilla. As you go through it, you can just see this pretty little pond that I've made as a decoration. Oh, actually, you can go through here as well with a small stage. And if you just go a bit further, you will bump into the restaurant area. I made 3 staircases. One is there, one is in the middle, and one is on the other side. It's of course for the purpose of getting up to your room. The rooms are not interior yet because, well, I want to leave the possibility for everyone to make your own interiors. And if you go up with one other level, it's also going to be a smaller set of rooms. Other than that, just to have a vehicle in this episode as well, I have just made this memorial statue tram, which is, as you can read it, the first steam tram. And this is indeed a steam tram with coal, with the boiler, and yeah, it kind of works as like a statue train. It's on display. Of course, I will make a tutorial video about it, so you will be able to find it on my channel as well. Other than that, I think it is just getting more and more perfect. Look at the whole thing at once. And even if I just check this with the ortho camera, it is just getting together perfectly. Look at the whole thing. But this is just how I imagine the whole thing. This is how I expect this world to turn out. So guys, thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure to have you on board, and I wish you all an amazing day. And of course, again, the schematics will be up on my Discord. So I think it doesn't require any more promotions because this is a massive building and it's full vanilla. It's vanilla and survival friendly. Take care guys, see you in the next one. Bye bye.